We grew up doing this, Harry. Get somebody next to you to check your work. And the teacher didn't always grade your work, but she had somebody next to you grade your work so that they could say, oh, you missed this. Many of us miss that peer partnership because of pride. We miss that peer partnership because of pretending. I wanna walk in pride. I don't want you to know that I ain't got it all together. I want to pretend like I'm further along than I think I am. And so pride and pretending keep us from true assessment. But if you can diminish your pride, lower your pride to say, you know what, I'm humble enough to let somebody show me myself. I'm humble enough to stop pretending. Then that assessment can truly happen in your life.
Welcome to another episode of the Build My Bridge podcast. I'm your host, Harry Dent, joined as always by the bridge builder himself, Zach. Bruce and Zach, we back. What's up?
Man, I'm excited, man. Grateful for what this podcast has been producing. And I'm not talking about producing episodes, but producing impact. And so we're excited about the impact it's making on people. And, shameless plug, share the podcast with somebody that you think could benefit from what they're hearing. And more than anything, implement what you're hearing. That's what's important to me. Don't just hear what we say, but ask yourself, what part of this is for me and how can I implement it in my life? So, Harry, you got a hot topic for us. Let's talk about
I love it. Let's jump right into it, Zach. So, basically, off of what you just said, I want to talk about that idea. I realized that we made it to the 10th episode. There are people who've been hearing all type of things that we've been sharing. And my thing is, I want to suspend people of the mindset of one day they will change. Change will happen someday. And I was thinking about this because I heard that a lot growing up. And my title for today is Change Now.
Change now.
Change now. And in order to change now, I realized there's 3 things that you have to do to change right now. And I don't want people to wait till January 1st. I don't want New Year's resolutions or anything. I want you to start right here, right now, today. The first thing you got to do is admit.
Admit, okay.
You got to admit to the fact that you need to change. I've learned in my life that whenever it comes to me having a problem in life, I have to admit that I have a problem. And I believe that's the hardest part. Having to be self-aware, have to examine yourself, having to really spend time with yourself. So talk us through, Zach. What do you think are some ways that could help somebody get to a place where they can openly admit, okay, I need to change this about myself to get to where I want to go?
Here's the sad part. Either you're going to admit by function or by force. And so, if you want to function better, then you need to admit your challenges. And you need to say, hey, I'm not functioning the way I know I can. I'm not functioning the way I've watched other people function in the same situation as me. So there's something about me that I need to change. Most people won't do it. Most people will look at the way they're functioning and they will blame, fill in the blank. My spouse, my upbringing, things of that sort. And so the unfortunate part is most times admitting something comes by force. It comes by the fall. It comes by the failure. It comes by the repeated frustration. And so if you can admit by function, you'll save yourself some trouble. So I want to put this out there.
That's good.
Save yourself the trouble. If you know you're not functioning the way you should, change now. Because if not, the only way you're going to admit it is when you fail at something. And most times it takes repeated failure. Because people that don't like to admit things, they got enough blame to go around for their failures. People that don't like to admit things, they got enough blame to go around for their frustration. People that don't like to admit things, they got enough blame to go around for the things that didn't happen the way they thought they would. So I don't want you to have to do it by force. Do it by evaluating your function and saying, I could be better than this.
Yeah, that's so good. That's so good. And I believe for me, mine's definitely came by force. So now I'm at a place in personal development where I allow it to come by function. I allow it to come by function of wanting to be better, fill in the blank, wanting to be a better husband, wanting to be a better student, wanting to be a better business owner. So when you allow that mindset to start shaping and shifting to the fact that, okay, by this function of what I'm inspired by, even like what we talk about in the Build My Bridge class, having the pull partners, right? The people that inspire you, the people that you look up to. So being able to get into a mindset of function change will be able to advance people. So once that admit comes, then I believe you got to assess.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And we know the ability to self-assess can be challenging sometimes.
Yes. I don't know that you can truly assess by yourself.
That's good.
I think you can start the process, but I keep people in my circle that I trust to ask them if I'm being delusional. Okay, this is how I see me. Let's make it easy, Harry. This is what I think this outfit looks like on me. What do you think it looks like? And get people to say, that shirt a little tight. Those pants don't fit the way you thought. Oh, that lipstick, baby, that ain't your color. That nail polish ain't you.
Come on.
Because I can get caught up in my own hype. So what happens is I like to start to assess and then pass it on to someone else. Speaking of the Build My Bridge Masterclass, we teach people that. Once you've assessed yourself, find somebody you trust to look at your assessment. We grew up doing this, Harry. Get somebody next to you to check your work. And the teacher didn't always grade your work, but she had somebody next to you grade your work so that they could say, oh, you missed this. Many of us miss that peer partnership because of pride. We miss that peer partnership because of pretending. I wanna walk in pride. I don't want you to know that I ain't got it all together. I want to pretend like I'm further along than I think I am. And so pride and pretending keep us from true assessment. But if you can diminish your pride, lower your pride to say, you know what, I'm humble enough to let somebody show me myself. I'm humble enough to stop pretending. Then that assessment can truly happen in your life.
And I want to look into the camera when I say this. During your assessment, you need to know the difference between a cheerleader and a coach.
Preach that, Harry.
You need to know the difference between a cheerleader and a coach. A cheerleader is somebody who's going to cheer you on whether you're doing good or whether you're doing bad. When I think about football games, basketball games, when I'm in the arena, the cheerleader, the cheering squad, they always going to cheer for the team. The coach is going to say, you made a bad play. The coach is going to say, that doesn't look good on you. The coach is going to say, this is how you correct that. And I believe there are times in our life where we got to understand that it's good to have a cheerleader, but where are my coaches at? Who's going to coach me through this problem I have in my marriage? Who's going to coach me through this problem I have in my development? Who's going to coach me through this problem I have when I didn't do so well on the test? Who is going to coach me? And I challenge you, before this year ends, find you a coach.
That's powerful. Listen, I don't care if you don't listen to the rest of this. What Harry just said, take that and implement it. It'll change your life. What's number 3? You talk about admit, you talk about assess. What's number 3?
Here it is. We got to adjust. Now that we've admitted that there's something we know needs to be changed, now that we assess how we're going to work towards changing this thing, we got to adjust. We got to actually adjust to the change. And I'm going to be very honest and throw myself out there into the ocean first. Adjusting can be challenging. Adjusting can be challenging. What do you do when you've been conditioned? What do you do when you've been have a victim mindset and it's easier to blame it's easier to blame instead of correcting. It's easier to blame instead of fixing. What do you do when you have been brought up a certain way and now there's somebody telling you that there's a different way?
You know, it's hard, Harry, because whatever we believe, that's what we're going to function in. If you believe you can't, you can't. If you believe you can, you can. So what happens is your belief system is something that you have to be willing to challenge. I've done it this way for so long, but what if there is a different way? What if there is a better way? My pain point with people that don't adjust is that oftentimes the lack of adjustment makes something look like it's not working, and it actually is. So I spend a lot of time on stages, Harry, and what I've noticed is that some people come up and they turn the microphone like this, and they're trying to figure out, why can't anybody hear me? And they blame the mic for not working. But the mic works. You just got to adjust it to your size.
That's good.
So what ends up happening is if you put the mic in the place that it's supposed to be, it'll work. The same is true for life principles. The principles work. You just have to adjust them to fit you.
That's good.
And listen, my wife and I both have Pelotons. And her seat is different than my seat because I'm taller than her.
Come on.
So when she's riding the Peloton, she has to adjust the seat based on her size and her stature. When I'm riding the Peloton, I have to base it on my size and my stature. Stop trying to fit something in an area that doesn't work for you. So when you talk about adjustment, that's the piece that I got to adjust it to fit me. I've read 1,000 books. I'm sure you've read 2,000 books. What happens is we take these books and we try to figure out, well, why did it work for Bill Gates but it didn't work for me? Why did it work for Oprah but it didn't work for me? Why did it work for Michael Jordan but it didn't work for me? And the truth is, all they're giving you is principles that you have to adjust to your life. And what happens is, because going back to that belief system in your mind, we believe that it has to to be one way. We refuse to adjust, and we're missing out. The thing that hurts me about people that don't adjust is you're missing out. It can work for you. You just got to adjust it. It'll work for you. You just got to shift it a little bit. And so I think adjustment, to your point, can be the most challenging, but also the most rewarding.
Yes, come on, talk about that.
Once you adjust, hey, listen, when my kids were young, most of them had to wear glasses. And I can remember taking one of them to the optometrist. And you're sitting in the classroom and I can't read the board,
Yeah.
And they're frustrated with it because they can't see. They're frustrated because they're struggling in their work.
Yeah.
They're frustrated because the teacher keeps telling them, hey, you need to get this figured out. And you take them to the optometrist and they put those glasses on, and all of a sudden everything clears up. Wow. How rewarding is that? Woo. That there's nothing wrong with me. I just needed something to assist me. Woo. And I think that's the piece that when I adjust, it's often the thing that assists me in getting to the best version of myself.
That's good. So yeah, that's what we got for you. This episode was more of a self-reflection episode, and it's my desire and my sincere hope as we continue to put this content out that you are actually implementing the things that we're saying. So take this time as you are in October to prepare for 2026, because I believe it's going to be a big year.
Yes.
And it's not just because I'm saying that, it's because you're going to do the work to get you there. So take your time, make sure that you are admitting, assessing, and adjusting into your greatness. We'll see you next episode.